So I was just in the middle of making another video when all of a sudden I hear that Adin, Ross, and Drake were hit with a class action lawsuit in Missouri for promoting illegal gambling. Now if you know anything about Adin Ross and where he streams, then you would know that this was inevitable. He streams on a site that requires its contracted streamers to gamble for a big portion of their stream while having an audience whose average age is like 16. It was like they put a section in their contract that says at some point in the future you will have to deal with being sued for promoting gambling to children, and all of them ignored that, thinking that nothing was going to happen. But nobody likes this pussy gambling these streamers do. Have you seen how these guys quote unquote gamble? All they do are play these games where you click endlessly on one thing and eventually hit a jackpot like it's a fucking Mario Party mini game. You gotta be blind to say that these aren't trying to appeal to children with how flamboyant these games are. Like, what is this, a fucking meatball coin? But the lawsuit is claiming that while gambling together on stream, they made it seem like they were using their own money when in fact they were using money state gave them. Which, if you're over the age of 17, you would have known that. But these kids that were watching them are seeing him win $79,000 after clicking his mouse just once. So you would actually have to be retarded to not want to do the same thing as a kid in high school. Like, don't get me wrong, if I was younger and the people I was watching started gambling with my favorite rapper, I would most likely be like, Mom, it's only $100, trust me, and I can turn it to $79,000 with the click of a button. Like, just look at how these two react after winning, and you tell me if this is genuine joy or them trying to get their chat hyped up.
27 spins, chat.
Shoot again.
Okay. Bang.
Yes, it has to be.
No, okay.
Yeah. Wait,
my God,
no,
10,
ace,
tens,
ace, ace,
tens,
ace,
no tens.
Ace of friends.
And tens, and tens. Tens right here. Another shot. Hold on, this can get crazy, bro. This can get really fucking crazy, bro.
They're not even clicking anything. How is this even considered gambling? Like, this alone, whether or not it's being advertised to kids, should be illegal. There is nowhere, not even in the most exclusive clubs in Vegas, not even in Dana White's private suite, are you going to be able to bet $500 on something like a virtual slot machine and then come out with $100,000 each time you spin. Like, look, he's betting $500 each time. His credit is at $26,000, meaning that's how much he has left. And now he's winning 5 times the amount he started with, multiple times in a row? Like, I shit you not, their winnings exceed $1 million by the time they're done playing this game. And then they just move on to another game like they didn't just rob this virtual casino for everything they're worth. And then just to really show you how ridiculous this is, when they play the new game, in just 2 minutes, they win over $600,000. Now, like I said, the reason they're getting sued is because at no point during the stream did they say they were using the money that state gave them to gamble. And I mean, why would they? It's kind of implied when someone does a big stream like this collaborating with a gambling site. And it's not like this isn't anything new. Gambling sites do this all the time, and it's just so obvious we're not saying anything about it. Like Drewski promoting Prize Picks. And I couldn't find it when I wanted to see it, but if you're on Twitter, you might have seen these Prize Picks ads with the members of FaZe Clan. Like, it's literally just them recording a selfie-style video being like, you can join Prize Picks right now and get this bonus. But come on, FaZe Clan promoting gambling like any of their fans could even drive yet is insane. But I'm sure after more people see this lawsuit, they might do the same thing, because this lawsuit is specifically talking about promoting online gambling in Missouri, where it's illegal. But kids gambling in general is illegal everywhere. And it's not like this stream was only shown in the states where it's legal. The amount of fans both of these guys have nationwide combined is more than some cities' populations. Like, this stream happened 6 months ago. Adin Ross has been streaming on Kick for however many years. The fact that this is his first lawsuit he's facing for promoting illegal gambling is actually kind of surprising. It's not like he only gambles on stream when Drake's there. Like I said, he is contractually obligated to gamble his and or the company's money away for a certain amount of time every time. And let's not even talk about how Drake lost his lawsuit against Kendrick but is now getting sued for this. Talk about being the double loser he already is. Like, Drake went from being someone who was just universally liked, and if you didn't like him, you weren't like, ew, he sucks so bad. You just didn't like him. But now though, with all this new stuff, even going back to when he had his weird friendship with Millie Bobby Brown, all the way up to him pursing his lips in every picture, people have a legitimate reason to not like him now. Yeah, the lip sync is kind of nitpicking, but for the fake abs, it isn't. And I know, are you really criticizing another man's body? Well, yeah, I'm gay, so you're gonna have to try harder than that. But the whole lawsuit is online, and they don't just talk about Drake and Adin Ross, they even talk about how Stake was giving their users actual money to gamble with, even in the states where it's not legal, saying, to hide the true nature nature of its online gambling operation, Stake asserts that the only chips it sells to consumers are tokens called gold coins, which can only be used for casual gameplay on the Stake.us platform, have no real-world value, and can never be cashed out. However, Stake bundles every purchase of gold coins with a second type of token called Stake Cash as a supposedly free bonus. Unlike gold coins, Stake Cash can be wagered on casino games and cashed out for real money at a fixed 1-to-1 ratio to the US dollar, exposing Stake Cash as a clear vehicle for real money gambling. Now, it doesn't say that he's suing them for any specific amount, and more so he just wants them to be held accountable for what they did and maybe make some payouts to people who lost their money, but the guy more so wants them just to acknowledge what they did was wrong and make sure that they never do it again. So basically, every time you did the right thing and bought these gold coins, Stake was like, I'm just gonna slide this cash on the table and not say anything about it. And you're like, oh dope, more gold coins, more gold coins. And like, no, you could actually use that on the casino. And you're like, isn't this illegal? What are you, gay? What are you, a cop? Yeah and no. But it's funny that only Adin, Ross, and Drake are getting hit with this lawsuit when it should include the whole website itself and the owner. But I guess for publicity reasons, so that more people hear about this, Drake and Adin were the perfect choice. And also not the perfect choice, because both of them are Jewish, and I shouldn't have to tell you why being Jewish automatically gives you an advantage in any lawsuit you're facing. I'm just saying. Yeah guys, if everything goes smoothly, then right after this video, I will continue to work on my other video and then have that one out after this one. Most likely tomorrow. Until then, peace.